Today we're going to cover adding a little bit of flexibility to your calendar in Angel. Of course, if you're in a shell, you're in your class, you can go to Calendar and it'll show you calendar view. You can then add, events or due dates or whatnot to the calendar. But let's say you're a big Google Calendar user. A lot of people are now. I know I use them every day. That's where all my information is, all my schedules. Let's say you want to use a Google Calendar for Angel. A little bit more flexibility if you're on the go and you don't have to log into Angel. You can just call up your Google Calendar and make some changes. And if you link these calendars with Angel, then it'll just change it and upload it in Angel and save it there automatically. So let's take a look at how to do that. If we go to Calendars and My Calendars, create a new calendar, and let's name this Com 342 due dates, let's say. You can put a description in if you want. Next important thing that you need to do is share the calendar. Now, it automatically checks this one. So it will share the calendar with everyone in the organization, SUNY IT, anyone in our organization. But, let's say you also wanted to make the calendar public to the student so that you could share the calendar with them. And what I mean by that is this will work fine in Angel. But let's say you wanted to send them a link to the calendar and they could actually put it in their Google Calendar. So if they weren't in Angel, they could go to Google, their Google Calendar, and see it. This really opens it up for everybody. This way, let's say they're on their phone and they pull up their mail and their calendar, they could see it right there. To do this, you need to make this calendar public to everyone. Okay? Create calendar. This does pop up though. It's a warning. It says by doing this, by making it public for everyone, the world could see this. Google will search it, so it could show up in a Google search. If you mind that and you don't want that to happen, you just uncheck that and it's still going to work well in Angel. You just cannot send them a link and have them add this calendar you're creating to their Google Calendar. I don't mind it, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I'm going to say yes to the warning. It takes a second here. And there's Com 342 due dates. I'm going to turn that one off. So now we'll add something here. Images due. Okay. At 6 a.m. That's a little crazy, but let's just say that's when they're due for the sake of this discussion. And there it is. It's in our Google Calendar. Now, the next thing we need to do before we go to Angel is click on the little tab there, go to Calendar Settings, scroll all the way to the bottom, and you want to hit this little blue button, this HTML button, the calendar address. And you want to copy this big long link. Copy it, cancel out of there, and then go over to your Angel account. And this is the class that I want to put this in. I go to Manage, and it's under Course Settings, Tab Settings. So Course Settings, then Tab Settings. And if you notice there's a little calendar field here that says URL. And yes, that's where you're going to want to paste that URL. You then hit Save. Give it a second. And now when you go to count the calendar for that class, there is that Google Calendar. And now that that Google Calendar is in there, or even the assignment's in there, the student could click on this and it brings up sort of some Google information. Now you could copy to my calendar. So if they click this, it will copy this assignment due date or this task or this thing that's due that you put in there to their personal Google Calendar. So that's kind of interesting. Let's say it's a big project, they want to know when it's due, they hit copy and it will copy it there. If you had added more details to the due date or the task and they clicked here, pop up here in a second, they get more information on it. Okay? So it's a really powerful function and it gives you a lot of flexibility and it's pretty easy to do. So syncing Google Calendars with Angel.